Have you noticed the recent hike in milk prices by major brands like Mother Dairy and Amul? Just as the dust settled on India's general elections, prices went up by rupees 2 per litre, marking their first increase in over a year. But why now, when milk production is stable? Southern India, known for its competitive milk market, is even seeing more dairies slashing prices. In contrast, Maharashtra dairy farmers took to the streets as the state procurement rates dropped from rupees 30 to 32 per litre last year to about rupees 28 per litre. Now, responding to the uproar, the government stepped in with a rupees 5 per litre subsidy, aiming to ease the burden on around 300,000 farmers. Now, what's driving these regional price discrepancies? Interestingly, the central government has allowed a hefty import of 10,000 tons skimmed milk powder, despite India sitting on a surplus of about 200,000 tons. Now the question is, why import more when our own SMP stocks are overflowing? Moreover, northern dairies stocked with surplus SMP are hiking prices to cover their losses, while their southern counterparts are cutting prices to avoid making more SMP. Meanwhile, in Maharashtra, where dairies focus on SMP and other value-added products rather than fresh liquid milk, the state government subsidy is routed through the dairies so that milk procurement price is maintained at a reasonable level. SMP prices, which were around rupees 300 per kg last year, have dropped to around rupees 210 per kg. Companies that produce SMP at higher cost, that is rupees 260 to 270 per kg, now face losses, leading to reduced procurement prices. With forecasts predicting a bumper monsoon, which usually boosts milk production, shouldn't we expect more prices to stabilize or even drop? Or will excessive rains pose a new threat to supply? Looking ahead, experts suggest boosting annual milk production to meet growing demand. While earlier projections aimed for 300 million tons by 2028 with 7 to 8% of annual growth, recent growth has been a more moderate at 4 to 5% per year. The rising further rates and halted exports have led to excess milk and price volatility, impacting farmers' earnings and investment in cattle, further reducing supplies. Despite global SMP price dripping, making Indian milk less competitive abroad, domestic demand shows no signs of slowing down. With rising incomes and growing per capita consumption, a Niti Aayog report projects that under a business per usual approach, India's milk demand will be around 480 million tons by 2047 to 48. These price hikes are hitting consumers hard, adding to the strain of already high food costs. The big question remains, how will this affect household budgets in the coming months?